doing? It's Nico Ali Walsh. I'm here with Heavy Boxing TV. That's the spot.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy Zach, Super Judas, 6-time champion world. I'm giving a big shout out to my home team, Heavy Bag TV. You heard? Keep it live.
This is Showtime Sean Porter, and you are watching Heavy Bag Boxing. What's up, man? It's the amazing Keyshawn Davis. Shouts out Heavy Bag Boxing TV, man. Y'all lit out here. Keep doing y'all thing.
Teach your man how to squabble.
What up, YouTube? Big T.O. Heavy Bag TV. Man, get your super goofy asses in here and hit the bag. All right, man, if you looking for a boxing conversation or you popped up to talk boxing, man, you are in the right spot. That's what I'm going to be doing with y'all for the next hour or so for show. Shout out my guy, Rob, man, who couldn't be with us, my handy dandy sidekick partner in crime. Rob out of Vegas, he couldn't be with us this evening, but that's all right, though. The show must go on. Also, I got the link in the chat, man, just in case you want to come hang out with your boy and be a co-host for the day, all right? If you want to, hit that link in the chat. Come hang out with me. I got you. Don't be nervous. I will guide you. All right? Hopefully everybody had a great weekend. Of course, I stayed up last night watching that good old Zuffa. Man, shout out Zuffa, man. Shout out Zuffa for giving me something to do on my Sunday nights, man. I'm most definitely not mad at it for sure. Oh, look at here. We got a co-host already. Let me bring my mans up. Sheldon in the building. What up, Sheldon?
What's up, honey? What's going on, baby? What's happening with you, man?
My brother, what's going on, Sheldon?
I'm kicking back, man. You know, just relaxing, having a good day.
Yeah.
Did you get a chance to catch my man yesterday?
You know it. We gonna talk about all that, man. We definitely gonna get there for sure. Hold on, man. When you say your man, though, who you talking about first, bro?
My man Opetaia. That's my guy.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. We gonna say that's the meat and bones. We gonna get there in the main event. You got time to hang out with me for a little while?
Yeah, I hang with you for a while, man. I ain't doing shit right now.
Okay, I appreciate that.
This is the most important thing going right now. This is what's happening, man.
You from LA too, right, Sho?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. That's what's good, man. You had a great weekend, brother?
I did, man. Actually, I did. I had one of my guys, though. I got some bad news Sunday morning. One of my guys that I served with was in the same unit. He kind of left the planet, shall we say. He couldn't get it together. You know what I mean? He couldn't reconcile some things.
Brother.
Yeah. It was a little rough.
My condolences.
Spoke with his family yesterday. We hung out. But it's part of what veterans go through. You know, it's a tough deal sometimes.
Absolutely. Again, my condolences, brother, man. Other than that, I hope everything is cool. I had a pretty good weekend, man. Nice and smooth, and ended it all with that good old Zuffa boxing. We definitely gonna get into that. I want to thank everybody for joining me, man. Shout out everybody in the chat already. DJ in the building. What's up? My guy Mark Wynn in the building already, and of course Shelton's here. Let's go. Let's do it. We're gonna dive right into it, man. Some motherfucking hot topics. Yeah, sir. All right, man. Let's dive right into some hot topics. Shout out my guy Puyo. The WBC orders Dalton Smith to defend his junior welterweight title versus Alberto Puyo. And I like it. And listen, when you got these type of fights where there's not a demand for a voluntary on Dalton Smith's part, right? The newly crowned WBC junior welterweight champion. And who the hell did Dalton just beat up and took the title?
He just beat up Matias, man. He whooped on my man Matias.
Yeah. The robot who he can't get past it. It seems like he can't get past the title defense with that scrap. Puyo, if you can remember, is the one who beat him the last time for the scrap.
Yes,
yeah. And
he beat Gary Antoine. Puyo's the one that beat Gary Antoine.
Yeah, he beat Gary Antoine. Who the hell beat who had beat
Matias beat Puyo. Remember? It was controversial,
Matias,
but Matias beat Puyo.
Yep. Matias, but Matias, yeah, he got the win. But somebody beat Matias. Oh, it's Paro. Remember Liam Paro?
Liam Paro beat Matias.
With that same kind of style, beat Matias
Liam
the
Paro
first
beat
time.
Matias,
Took the scrap.
Liam Paro beat Matias.
I think that was the IBF at the time.
Hey, what happened to Liam Paro versus
the last
Dalton
fight he
Smith?
had lined
Was
up was man. I think he moved up after he lost to Hitchens, bro.
Oh, that's right. And he moved up.
Yeah. Paro at 147 now. I think I seen him in the 147 rankings. So if I'm not mistaken, he moved up. And I seen him along with, I think, Madrimov. Madrimov is at 160 now. Matter of fact, we saw Madrimov, I want to say, on Zuffa at 160. Shout out
I like that. I like that for Madrimov, man. It's good. It's good.
At 160.
Because Zuffa, the one thing I like about Zuffa is they matchmake you correctly. I like the way they matchmake.
Yeah, and I like this fight too. Again, not a crazy demand for a voluntary defense for of course, Dalton Smith. And so the WBC orders this one, and I like it. Hopefully it doesn't have to go up for a purse bid, but I like this fight. I like the style matchup. It's going to be an interesting chess match. And listen, the crazy thing about this particular fight is both of them got a ton of hand speed, and they're both dedicated boxers at the end of the day. I'm not sure anybody gets knocked out, but I like the chess matchup, right?
So who you got?
Oh, man. And see, that measuring stick, man, is Matias. And they both, in my opinion, had the similar type of style versus Matias, even though, of course, Dalton Smith was punching and was able to get Matias out of there. It's going to be, Puyo's a back foot boxing motherfucker though, man. I don't know, man. I like Puyo, man. I think it's a different style when you got Matias in there where he's extremely predictable. You know what I'm saying? Not a ton of fundamentals. Yeah, Dalton Smith gonna have something on his hand with Puyo. Puyo can box, man.
He can box.
I don't know, Sheldon.
But
Who you
Puyo
like
does like the he can be lured into a firefight. And I think Dalton Smith can lure him into a fight. I got Dalton Smith stopping point.
I'm not even sure Dalton wants a firefight himself, but he punching though. That's the difference. All right, so we'll make note of that, man. We're gonna timestamp that Shelton got.
Yeah,
Dalton Smith. I think I'm gonna lean Puyo's way. That's gonna be interesting to see. All right, what else we got in hot topics? I like this a lot. Shout out Bam, Jesse Bam Rodriguez for coming out and saying this, or at least his trainer, Robert Garcia, and I'm sure this is something he's probably discussed with Bam. Bam has heard from the media and opinionated YouTubers like myself. Listen, the word is spread, and we want to see you versus some names. And the closest greatness to you is, of course, now you're in your way down there representing the little guys, and you kind of want to see if Bam would get the balls to come up and see now you're in your way. And according to Robert Garcia, he had this to say, quote, "That would be very exciting to beat Takuma and then face the brother now you're in your way in a big fight." And Sheldon, let me ask you this. Is that something that you would love to see from a Jesse Bam Rodriguez, who is on top of or has entered many people's pound for pound lists, including my own, to see another pound for pound fighter, especially given just how good he's looked versus the competition down there?
Well, he's been fighting a bunch of old guys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I want to see him fight somebody his age. And they say that he walks around about 130, 135 pounds. So if he walks around at 135, then 122 shouldn't be hard to make.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, the physics works out. I mean, you know, I took high school physics, so it works out for me.
Yeah, it's extremely close.
You got a whole lot of people saying this, and everybody's saying that this is what you are. Okay, well, let's see it. Let's see if you're really that.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And unfortunately for him, it's just the best of the best down there. Just kind of been the old guards holding on and on their way out the door. Unfortunately for him, but listen, when he did fight him, he took care of business. He did what he was supposed.
He did what he's supposed to do with them old dudes. He got rid of them like he should have. He's a young dude. He's 24. So now, this dude is 31. How's the brother? Takuma.
That's the younger brother. I think he's 28, if I'm not mistaken.
So he's 28, he's 31. Like 28 is around your age bracket. The other guy's older than you. He's 31. You know, if you are what you say you are, you should be able to take both of them out. Right?
Absolutely. In fact, check me on that. But I think he's around that age, a little younger than Naoya Inoue. But you're absolutely right, man. And listen, that's a hell of a story in itself. If he can beat the little brother and whoop his ass, then you definitely want to see Big Brother. And again, this is an opportunity because I just don't know when the next time you'll be able to say, hey, there's somebody from those smaller weight classes that's on people's actual pound for pound list that Bam can go after, right?
Right.
So anytime you can match two pound for pound fighters,
he's a small guy. His height, his size. He's only 5'4", I think. 5'4", 5'5".
Yeah, he's down there, and
so he's a little big guy. So it ain't too far up. He can go. I don't see him fighting nobody at 126 or 130. He's too little.
Too little, yeah. And I say the same thing about Naoya anyway. I still kind of want him to stay away from 26. You know,
I want him to go up there and fight Shushu because he been running his mouth a lot. He talks. Anyway, talks a lot too.
Them guys is big up there, man.
He drinks his Kool-Aid. He drinks his own Kool-Aid. So you really think you like that? Go up there and see Shushu. Go up there and fight Shushu. Go up there.
Yeah. I think Shu just too big for him, man. But
I think so too.
I would love to see it, man, for sure.
Mm-hmm. I love to see it.
All right, what else we got? Hot topic. Oh, fight made, man, for May, I believe it is. We've been waiting on this one. Nakatani versus Naoya Inoue. They finally got this done. And listen, for a lot of people who don't know, their records basically mirror one another. They both undefeated fighters, both 32-0. The only difference is, the only separation is 3 knockouts. Of course, Naoya Inoue is holding that better knockout record with 27 knockouts, with Nakatani right behind him with 24 knockouts. Other than that, you're looking at identical boxing twins. And this is a fight that a lot of people been asking for, of course, including myself. Sheldon, your first reaction when they get this one done?
Good. Let's see it. I got the tall guy.
Oh. You gonna take the Nakatani in this one?
I'm gonna take the tall guy.
Word. And both of them, when you look at the aspects of their game, can be bullies, can get on that front foot real heavy. But we have seen, or at least I'm saying I've seen, maybe a little bit more better boxing ability when wanting to use the ring and kind of control that aggression from a Naoya Inoue. That might be the separation. And then on top of that, maybe just a little bit better of a resume too, as they do have some common opponents, but none that you really don't know of or heard of. But I think most people are lean towards Naoya Inoue with having fought so many champions and having that experience. You think that comes into play at all versus?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. To your point, his experience, because he's been dropped. You know what I'm saying? He's gotten up and won fights off the canvas. So that experience is invaluable. You can't teach that. You know what I mean? You have to go through it to learn how to deal with it. So I will give him an edge in experience. And he's had tougher fights. But this guy's punching. This guy Nakatani can punch. We'll see, man.
He most definitely can punch. Like I say, they almost got the same knockout ratio, so they both punching. Real quick in the chat, my guy Mason in the building. What up? What's up? All right. DJ in the chat, he say Pyro about to fight Crocker for the IBF title 47. That's right, DJ. See, boy, you always on point. I remember Pyro did move up to 47, and they throwing him right in that Crocker fire for the IBF title. And that's the title
a good fight, though.
for.
That's 40. A good money fight. If it's gonna be in Australia or England. Do you know, DJ?
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, DJ, let us know if that's going to be in your hometown. You know, DJ is actually from Australia, so.
Okay, yeah. Is that going to be down under, or is that going to be in England? If it's down under, it's a big money fight because, you know, the one thing we know about the Australian government is they put money behind the fight.
Yeah, they support, man. They definitely support. And for those that don't know, this Nakatani or this Naoya Inoue Nakatani fight will be in Tokyo Dome. That what is it called?
Ooh, that's gonna be about 70,000 people, man. They gonna pack like 70,000 up in there. 70. The Tokyo Dome is big, man.
Tokyo Dome, yeah. Oh man, huge. I ain't even know it packed 70 in there.
They probably I think it holds like 90. I think you can get 90,000 in there.
Word. And mind you, these are both two Japanese fighters, so it should be huge. You know,
Japanese superstars. Both of them are superstars.
Godzilla versus Godzilla, boy. So super dope, man. Glad they got that fight done. I'm going to lean a little bit. You taking the tall guy, Nakatani. I'm taking the tall guy anyway, only because I think he can control that aggression just a little bit better than Nakatani. It's gonna be interesting to see, but I'm gonna roll with the experience and the controlled aggression for sure.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's a good pick, actually.
Yes, sir. Yes, sure. All right, what else we got for hot topics? Oh man, I got to bring him up, man. Of course, my guy Keyshawn. Shout out Keyshawn Davis in a recent interview, letting us know I definitely got a response and I definitely got a date too. I'm coming back sooner than y'all think. All right, that was from Keyshawn Davis as of, I believe, yesterday or the day before. Everybody's been speculating. You've been seeing, Shelton, I know you've been seeing Keyshawn pretty much everywhere. He's a certified streamer now, releasing a ton of content, calling out everybody from Pitbull to Devin Haney to Lamont Roach to all of them, right? And we've been kind of trying to figure out what's best for Keyshawn Davis. He didn't release or let us know who exactly is on the menu and what the date is, but it's a lot of speculation. Shelton, if you could give your best guess of what's next for Keyshawn Davis, who you think is that best fit for him moving forward?
I would love to see Keyshawn Davis. I would love to see him actually fight Gary Antoine.
Oh yeah, ooh-wee. I
would love to see that fight.
Only thing is,
I think that's the best fight. But I'm thinking, you know who I'm thinking is going to be? I'm going to be, and you may laugh when I say this, but I think this is who's going to be. Who just got screwed out of a fight after doing a whole training camp that you can remember?
Who got screwed out of a fight? Oscar Duarte.
That's his name.
That's the only thing I could. Oscar Duarte.
That's his name. Yeah.
Damn, that's a hell of a guess. Now that I really think about it, because that's the only. You know what I mean, and that was going to be at 40. Unfortunately, Hitchens was weight drained, collapsed coming off the scale. Not sure what's going. I think he got mandated though. He got mandated to fight against your boy for the IBF, but unfortunately, you know that left Oscar Duarte holding his balls. So you got a fresh Keyshawn coming off a big stoppage, of course, over Jermaine Ortiz back in January, and yeah, he's probably good to go. Didn't sustain a ton of damage. His face looked like it did when he walked in the ring. So that sounds like, you know what I mean. I like that. Show, you be paying attention, nigga. You be. That's
the only thing that makes sense. They say Hitchens got to fight. Who's he got to fight? He got to fight. Who does they say Hitchens got to fight? Who does they mandate him to fight?
The mandatory. I can't think of the dude's name. The something. I can't think of his name. Bro.
Lucas Body. Huh? Lucas Body, right?
Nah. Lucas Body is gonna be fighting for the vacant WBA scrap versus Floyd Schofield Jr.
Oh, that's 35. That's 35.
That's at 35. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what Luke. That's his next fight.
Hitchens supposed to fight. I know he had to fight somebody, but whoever it is, I think that's the fight he's gonna have to take. I don't know if he can even take that fight. I don't know if Hitchens can make 40 anymore.
No, man, this is it. Listen, bro. They say he collapsed getting off the scale. So this is it. Yeah, this is it for 40. You come back to 40, you crazy.
Yeah, he got to fight somebody 47.
Yeah, absolutely. They should be announcing who's going to be fighting for that vacant 40 IBF soon. You know what I'm saying?
And I think it's going to be, I personally think it's going to be Keyshawn and Duarte.
Damn, you know what, Shaq? Boy, you be putting some shit together, man. That'll
I think that's what it's going to be, man, because it don't even make sense. And that's a fight you can sell, Heavy. You can sell that.
Absolutely. And Duarte looked good coming off his last 3 fights. I think it was all knockouts. He's only got 2 losses. One, of course, the Ryan Garcia stoppage, but ton of power. That'll be a good scrap for Keyshawn. I want him to have somebody a little bit more high profile, but the
only person up there right now that's more high profile at 140 is Gary Antoine.
Yeah, absolutely. I just don't think he won't no smoke no time soon after that Hiroka punishment he absorbed.
Yeah, that was a tough fight. That Hiroka fight was a tough deal for him.
Oh, is that RC? Oh, my guy backstage, RC looks like he has made it. Don't go nowhere, Sheldon. I still want you to hang out for the show, man. RC.
No, RC. What's up, man?
What up?
Man, I appreciate
my brother.
You can hear me?
Yeah, we got you, bro.
We hear you.
Hey, bro, I appreciate Sheldon taking over from me, dog. Hey, I'm just walking out of the office. We had a big meeting at work. But look, appreciate you, bro. And shout out to him. And just turned it on, and I see that y'all out of bounds. Keyshawn announced that he's fighting for a championship at 47, fellas, not 40. 47 out of his own mouth.
Oh yeah, you see,
okay,
that's why I be needing you, bro. You are.
But we got Perro fighting Crocker.
And let me tell you this: if you bought the membership 2 weeks ago, already let you know the date and who he's fighting, the champion at 47, fellas. But look, I'll be back tomorrow. Y'all don't get into too much trouble and don't mess up the house too much, Shelton and Tio. I'll be back tomorrow.
Absolutely, my man. I appreciate that. I'm glad he was watching. He's absolutely right, though. Keyshawn did. He asked him, was it going to be at 40 or 47? He said it was for a championship at 147 pounds. He absolutely did.
Well, who could it be?
Everything,
who could it be? Because Crocker's tied up.
Listen, all I can say is what RC let us know on members only. It's like that shit is just, it's all falling in line from what transpired last night with Zuffa to this Keyshawn announcement. Hey man, this nigga might be 100% right about everything. But we gonna see, man. Listen, Shelton, when you hear that though at 47, you speculate. What do you think? What's the first thing may pop in your head?
IBF is already sold up. The WBO, that's Devin. We have no idea what he gonna do because he calls out him and Bill call out everybody.
Yeah, if
the WBA is Rolly and Devin supposed to be going back and forth. They're supposed to be close to a deal, according to Devin today on Ring Magazine TV show. Devin said they're close to a deal. So that only leaves one guy. That leaves the WBC guy. That's the only person that leaves open.
That's Ryan. And as far as Ryan goes, it's all speculations that he lining it up with Shakur. So that's weird.
Well,
that's weird. That's
if so, maybe so. Weird. But that's the only person I can see, unless they got a Zuffa champion at 47
Nah,
that he can fight for.
Goddamn Zuffa champion at 47.
That's the only thing I can see.
Shout out DJ in the chat. He says it was first scheduled for Australia, talking about the Pyro Crocker fight, right? Fight is being rescheduled because Crocker got injured in camp. Okay. Good intel, DJ. Appreciate that for the show. Who is that in the chat? Hectic Boxing. What's up, man? What's up? Appreciate you being here, my brother. But Keyshawn got to get a fight. Well, I'm glad he does have a fight because listen, I wanted to check this out, and I don't know if you know who Blueface is, Shelton.
Yeah,
but it's
the rapper dude that just got out of jail. What about it?
So in the past, he's done a little bit of celebrity boxing. He's even got some footage out there sparring with the likes of a Floyd Mayweather. And in my opinion, it looked like he was giving Mayweather some decent looks and some decent work. Keyshawn made it his business to seek out, it appears, Blueface and do some sparring. And I got some highlights from that, man. Let's check it out.
Box, let the hands go. There you go. Keep moving. Keep moving.
Hey yo, yeah, get your man a fight quick, man. He's been on Kick. Shout out Keyshawn with the Kick. I'm actually screaming on Kick right now too. If you ain't here from Kick, shout out to you. Make sure you subscribe. Yeah, on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. But he's on Kick. He's been streaming. And he's on his Ryan Garcia shit, meaning social media. Which listen, he's helping usher in the new era of boxing and selling yourself in the sport. I commend him for doing that. And he's kind of been on this run, just sparring these other streamers like Dean the Great, whom I had never heard of, but he's supposed to be somebody. And now,
you know who that is, don't you?
Seen him.
You know who that is,
Dean
don't you? Yeah, that's the dude that got slapped by the weightlifter and got punched out by the MMA fighter. That guy.
Right. Yeah, that's how I came to know him. But prior to that, I didn't know he was like he's sort of a big name. Like he's been on some of the big
with the kids. Yeah, they be the kids be doing that, man. We too old for that. We don't be worried about no.
Oh yeah. I don't be paying attention to that shit.
Yeah.
But he sparred him, gave him some crazy work. And now when I heard that he was sparring Blueface, I was like, yo, Blueface kind of got some hands and that's a big kid. And
Blueface is tall. He's like 6'7", 6'2", 6'3".
Yeah,
he's a big kid.
Yeah, but I don't know if let me play this again for you. Keyshawn, the short nigga, giving him the work.
Box, let the hands go. There you go. Keep moving. Keep moving.
Oh my goodness. And look, he was sitting down on them straight right hands downstairs, Blue.
Well, you got to remember, Keyshawn Davis is a trained professional. Keyshawn Davis been boxing since he's a little boy. He's a trained professional.
For sure.
And you know what the difference between regular people like us and trained professionals are?
What's that?
When trained professional boxers are in the ring punching, they don't close their eyes.
Word. But listen,
we close our eyes.
He had respect for Blueface because he put that motherfucking headgear on. A lot of the time, you see those pros get in there with some.
But you got to remember, Keyshawn is what? Headgear. At his best. Yeah. Keyshawn's what, maybe 155, 160 pounds at his best?
Yeah. He probably walking around 155, 160. Yeah, I would say something around.
And Blueface walking around about 210, 215.
Man, that nigga looked about 220 last time I seen him.
That's what I'm saying.
He went to the jail and got swole.
So trained or not, if that dude hit you, it's gonna hurt. Might knock you out.
Yeah, he did right. But see, he had another big boy there. He had another.
Yeah, don't go in there being no tough guy and get slapped by Blueface. How would
He had
Keyshawn
another
Davis live that down if you get slept by Blueface?
Well, I think he just had he had some respect for Blueface skills because he had another big boy in there he was sparring with, and he ain't had no headgear on. So
Right. But
I
that
think
dude
he just
couldn't
had a
punch.
little bit
Like
more.
you said, like you said, he been seeing Blueface been around here punching and sparring. Like, okay, this dude actually know a little something.
Facts. Big
He
Mason in the
actually know a
chat.
little
He
something.
putting
Careful.
hands and feet on that boy. That's big facts,
As
my
he
nigga.
should. As he should.
Yeah. And he just been on this run though, man, with social media just sparring everybody. So yeah, bro trying to keep in shape, man, and entertain at the same time. I just think he got the right angle on the game right now.
That's
So,
what I like about Keyshawn, man. Keyshawn is taking the new wave of boxing and he's doing it new style. He's doing it, you know, so these youngsters can resonate with him. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I love it. All right, man. It's that time of the show, man. We going straight into it. Let's get to the meat and bones.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Yeah. Shout out everybody that's hanging out with us. All 35 of y'all on Twitter. Look like 3 of y'all on Kick and everybody else on YouTube. I appreciate that love. If you haven't already, take the time to subscribe to the YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? Just in case you want to get in the comment section and hang out and holler at your boy. If you're in here, just hit the like button, whether you're on Kick, Twitter, or whatever the case may be. Hit the like button for your boy. I appreciate it. And we got them 99-cent memberships, man. For 99 cents. Come be a part of the team. Come show that love. Support your boy. A goddamn $1 a month, man. If you hang out with me, support your boy with a damn $1. Now, if you could become a bag hitter, that's $5 a month. That guarantees you a slot for free tickets to Las Vegas boxing events. Depends on what's coming through. You'll get your choice of what's available. $5 a month. That guarantees you to be in line to grab some free tickets for sure. All right. Appreciate that love for real, for real. All right, main event time, man. And I think we're gonna double it up here. We're gonna start with my man Shakur Stevenson. I'm gonna mute you while I'm talking because you just got a little bit of feedback on your mic, show. Shakur Stevenson had this to say about going back down to 35, and I truly like it. Just in case it doesn't. Again, like I said before, it's so much stuff. Shakur's got so many options now. Of course, he got stripped by the WBC, that whole fallout. But he had this to say about potentially going back to 35, where he says, quote, I may go back to 35 to get that ring belt. I like the ring belt. I've always liked it. For me to have a ring belt at 30, then I got a ring belt now at 40. But I never had a ring belt at 135. And it's like, should I just go get that ring belt just to have it? End quote from Shakur Stevenson. And listen, right now in 135, he's number 1, and Raymond Murataya is number 2. I think that they could make that fight for the lineal title. I don't think any other sanctioning bodies have to. Of course, they don't. They actually don't. For the ring belt itself, the number 1 just has to be matched up with the number 2 to determine a lineal champion. As you guys can remember, when of course Boots Ennis did it at 147 pounds, being matched up against the number 2 guy and Amanda Stanionis. So for Shakur Stevenson, I keep saying this. Listen, if you want to be the lineal champ at 140 pounds and you got the WBO scrap, I got to see some type of unification. It's unification or bust for Shakur Stevenson if you're not going to chase the big money fight versus a Ryan Garcia, which that's what we all have been hearing. That's the speculation. Ryan Garcia took the time after the Barrios fight to, in the center of the ring, call out Shakur Stevenson. All roads point to them potentially hashing something out and making that fight at either a catch weight or, according to Ryan Garcia, moving to 140 pounds to see the lineal champion. But if that doesn't happen, I'm gonna ask you, Shelton, do you like the fact that he's willing to go back to 35 and see the likes of a Raymond Murataya for that lineal title?
I mean, if he just want to go down there and collect a trinket, then yeah. But, you know, and I get it. The Ring Magazine belt does mean a lot in the history of boxing. But there's nobody down there.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anybody down there that can even challenge Shakur Stevenson, to be honest. I don't think
So you don't think
Murataya is good enough.
puts up any kind of fight?
I don't think Murataya is good enough. I don't think Schofield's good enough. I don't even think Mason at this point of his career is good enough. I think he beats all those guys. Easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
Ooh, easy.
I think
Now, let me
what
ask,
he should do.
Let me ask you this, Sheldon.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you this. Now, you saw what Murataya was able to do to a pure boxer, and granted, more of amateur style in Andy Cruz. He was able to handle that style extremely well. Still don't give you any confidence that he could have some success versus another pure boxer like a Shakur Stevenson?
Andy Cruz, Shakur Stevenson, two totally different levels, bro. Two totally different levels.
Okay.
Andy Cruz is in no way, no shape, no form or fashion on the level of Shakur Stevenson.
Ooh, okay. I can dig it. Now you had a thought. You say what would you rather Shakur do?
I would rather Shakur get the big money fight with Ryan, or I would rather Shakur fight Gary Antoine. Unified.
You send the Gary Antoine everybody way. I ain't mad at that either though. The only thing is Gary Antoine just fought
and fighting. Look, this is what we complain about the heavy and boxing all the time. You going down there fighting guys that you know you can whoop. Come on, man. Don't you?
Yeah, I feel you.
I mean, they're there. They're competitors. They're in a division, but come on, man. Them dudes ain't got no shot at beating you. And you know it, and I know. So, why didn't play those games?
No doubt. And I'm with you on that. Gary Antoine, or listen, any other 40 champions. I'm here for it. Any other 40 champions. If it's a unification, I'm down to see that from Shakur. And like I say, if he can't get the Ryan fight, give me a unification at 40, or I wouldn't be mad if you're going to go after the lineal and fight the number 2 guy on the Ring Magazine list in a Raymond Murataya, given the success he had against Andy Cruz.
A serious question there, Heavy. Do you think Dalton Smith, Gary Antoine, or who's the WBA champ? WBA champ Gary Antoine.
Or
WBC is Dalton Smith.
Yeah.
The IBF is vacant. Do you think Dalton Smith or Gary Antoine could beat Shakur Stevenson?
It was Hitchens. The IBF was Hitchens. And you say what now?
Do you believe that Gary Antoine Russell or Dalton Smith can beat Shakur Stevenson?
Here's the thing, and I'm gonna lean Shakur's way, but this is boxing, man. You know what I mean? I remember at one point I just didn't think Roy Jones could beat. I didn't think nobody was ever gonna beat him. I remember at one point I thought a lot of niggas weren't gonna lose that lost. You know what I mean? This is boxing at the end of the day, and anybody can lose. But I would lean towards Shakur Stevenson's way to answer your question.
Right. Yeah. I hear you, and you're absolutely correct. You never know what can happen once you get inside the ropes. Once you get inside that ring, if the 4 walls of truth, as Eddie Futch would call it, remember?
Absolutely. Fact.
That ring is going to tell the truth. If you trained hard, if you didn't train hard, whatever you did, that ring is going to tell the truth. So,
it's going to tell on you, man. And I like the amateur pedigree from Gary Antoine, but listen, the blueprint is out how to beat him for Shakur. That should be an easy fight because you just got to weather that first 6 rounds. You weather that first 6 rounds, you probably gonna be able to pick with that hand speed. Gonna be able to pick him apart. You know what I mean?
That's true, brother. That is true.
Interesting fight. I say interesting fight though. Nonetheless, interesting fight. And like I say, as long as he unifying at 40, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with whoever he fight. Smith or Gary Antoine, but I just don't think either one of those fights gonna happen. I think he probably goes after the lineal before he unifies with those guys. But I think my sights are dead set on Shakur probably getting the Ryan fight. Yes, sir. All right, what else we had in the main event? Oh, here we go. Last night, for you Zuffa heads, boxing heads who paid attention to Zuffa boxing last night. Real quick, let me shout out to Zuffa again for giving me something to do on Sunday evenings to look forward to, waking up Sunday mornings, actually. And that's just how much I love the sport of boxing. But Shelton, Zuffa passed out their very first belt last night, their very first champion. He's a cruiserweight champion, Australian kid by the name of Opetaia. And he was in there with a extremely overmatched, and in my opinion, and I like Brandon Glenn. I've always liked Brandon Glenn. Shout out Elliot. I know his manager, man, who worked hard to get him this fight and this opportunity. But man, he looked finished. First thoughts when you saw that matchup last night, show.
Man, look, I thought the fight should have been stopped around round 8 or 9. I mean, at that point, it was 8-0 or 9-0. Mr. Blanton, who's a tough guy, tough competitor, got to give him his flowers. He's a tough dude. But he had no chance to win the fight. He was down 8 rounds to 7. I don't understand why the ref allowed Opetaia to continuously beat on that man like that.
Because he never showed no real signs that he was hurt.
You know, that kind of stuff is how you end up, like Wilfred Benitez or some other guys that we know. You don't want that.
Yo.
The ref should have stepped in. Hey, look, you have no chance to win this fight. I'm not going to let you keep getting hit like this.
Yeah. Especially after those first 4 rounds. Rounds 5, 6, 7, 8. I think all of those rounds he was landing like 30 plus shots. They were clean. They was on the button. He had one of them call them hemoglobin, big ass knots in the middle of his forehead, just taking a lot of unnecessary punishment. But again, Brandon Glanton's so tough, man. You can't really pinpoint outside of, I want to say that was the 11th or 12th round where it looked like he actually got rocked and hurt.
You know what I go with heavy? I go with what my man Buddy McGirt said. Remember that guy fought Matias and he died, right?
Yeah.
One of his fighters.
Yeah, the man he killed.
But Buddy McGirt said, I should have stopped it. I would have rather them been mad at me now than hate me forever.
Yeah. I feel you. And that was a much different fight, too. He was getting hurt and some more shit. And I think that's the only reason why the ref didn't do it. Like, when you tough like Brandon Glenn, man, and it just don't seem like shit hurting you, I guess the ref like, man,
let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, Henry. When did you think that fight should have been stopped last night?
When he appeared to get rocked, I want to say that was the 11th. He finally hit him with something that threw him off balance, and you could see he was hurt. And thinking about all the punishment he absorbed up to that point, I probably would have stopped it in that 11th. Yeah, I mean, I would have. Because up until then, man, he just never appeared to be hurt, man. He just never. And it's hard, you know what I mean? Because if the ref, I think even in the 8th, if the refs comes in and stops it, you're going to have a lot of people like, well, damn, bro, what? This nigga never, you going to have the people who going to tell you, he was never hurt. He didn't drop him. He didn't appear to be hurt. He didn't wobble him. Why is we stopping the fight? And then you're going to have the people who are, advocating for Brandon Glenn, saying, listen, it's boxing. Anything could have happened in those next 4 rounds. Brandon could have came out of nowhere with a hook that took Opetaia's head off.
But did you hear what White said after the fight? Did you listen to him?
What? Who said?
He said, I haven't been sprayed with this much sweat and blood in a long time.
Oh yeah, Dana. For sure. For sure. Oh, real quick in the chat. Shout out. My guy E-Dub is in the building. Blaze, what the hell you been? Shout out my guy Blaze. What up, boy? Punch Talk is in the motherfucking building. What's up, man? But yeah, Dana said he hadn't been sprayed and with all the blood and sweat in a minute like that, man. It was he was hitting him with some shit. He was hitting him with some shit, but he couldn't rock him, and he definitely couldn't get him out of there, man. He definitely couldn't get him out of there. But I want to ask you, Shelton, the Zuffa belt is on the scene. And I don't know if you heard that post-ring interview where Opetaia mentions being unified with the lineal, the IBF, and now the Zuffa belt, right? He says, listen, Zerto's got 3 belts. I got 3 belts. What's up? Does this now for you, and I'm just asking you for your personal opinion, does this Zuffa belt get any validity now? Is it sort of solidified now that Zuffa puts it on a real life #1 lineal champion in the Opetaia?
Well, I'll say this. Is he or is he not the lineal champion at cruiserweight?
Yeah, he's the lineal champion at cruiserweight. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about that.
Okay. Number 2, when Roy Jones was at his best, and I say that was 160. What do you say? I say his best weight was 160.
I agree.
Right?
Unstoppable. Yeah.
Would it have mattered what belt Roy had?
Nah.
Wouldn't have mattered.
Hell no.
I say, this is just my personal opinion. The belt don't make the fighter. The fighter makes the belt.
To an extent. And see, I want to agree with that wholeheartedly. I do. But it's because of the belts that you are afforded or awarded this, this status, right?
Right.
If Roy Jones never knocks off champions, if Roy Jones never comes up the rankings, you know what I'm saying? You don't hear about him. You don't get a promotional company behind you. You don't, what I'm saying? You don't get pushed for these big fights. So for most of these, and traditionally, the road to superstardom in the sport of boxing is through the sanctioning bodies. Bottom line. So when you get to a point, now you kind of help make the belt. But honestly, it's the belts that help make the fighters, or at least make them superstars.
So let me ask you this. Me and you, I'm going to ask you this straight up. David Benavidez moves up to cruiserweight, beats Zerto Ramirez, goes on, beats the Armenian guy that beat Badu Jack, gets those 3 belts. Mm-hmm. The IBF is still open. He fights some guy who's ranked #1 or 2 in the IBF, beats that guy, gets the IBF belt because it's been stripped from Opetaia, right?
Right. As far as we know right now, the IBF has did not sanction the fight last night, and Opetaia is no longer the IBF champion.
Okay, so he does all these things I just mentioned, right?
Yeah.
What's the one question? What's the one thing that's going to be lingering?
What could
you
do with
didn't fight that guy.
Yeah,
didn't fight that guy.
Facts. And which
I don't care what you do at cruiserweight. If you don't fight that guy, don't count.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. And that segues to the next plot twist, because now you have Zuffa has their hands on a lineal champion who, upon signing him, agreed to allow him to unify these traditional sanctioning bodies. And now IBF pulls this stunt, and Zuffa's technically not a promotional company. They're a league. They're a league of their own. And if Opetaia doesn't have the traditional hardware, does that fight become not as interesting as it would for a unification or even undisputed for somebody like a David Benavidez? Will PBC be willing to let David Benavidez do some type of involuntary title defense, or not even that, just a involuntary fight period versus a Jai Opetaia for absolutely nothing? Because if you have a PBC fighter who's wrapped up in the sanctioning body belts and he goes over there and beats Jai Opetaia, does he now become the Zuffa champion?
Of course he does. He takes whatever that guy got. That guy still got the IBF. He still got the ring. He got the Zuffa belt. He gets all of those.
But moving forward, that's some kind of like conflict of interest, right? Shout out E-Dub in the chat. Justice Robinson, appreciate you being here, brother. Boxing Talk with E-Dub. How that sound? Hey, I love it, bro. I love it. Come rock with the team, my guy.
Conflict of interest, though? You just said Zuffa is not a sanctioning body. From what they saying, the Zuffa belt is just like a trophy, right? It's a trophy, right?
Yeah, it's a trophy. But
so if it's a trophy, it's a trophy.
Right. Let's just say David Benavidez does take it. But moving forward, he's not going to fight any other Zuffa fighters. Right?
How do you know that?
And
how do we know? See, this is the thing, right?
No, hypothetically speaking, if he chooses to move forward with his career and no longer fights any more Zuffa fighters, and he's running around with the Zuffa belt, and they're a whole league, how does that work, bro? Because now PBC saying, listen, you can't, I don't care if he got the Zuffa belt or not. This next fight he's in is a PBC fight, and it's the whole promotion is PBC.
Yeah, for Bizerto, yeah. But see, here's the thing, right? Most of these dudes, like a big fight, like an undisputed fight, because if he fights Jai Opetaia, it's going to be billed as undisputed. No matter what we say or what we think, that's what it's going to be billed as. An undisputed championship, right? And whoever wins that fight, more likely going to drop all them belts anyway and move up. I don't think, now here's the thing. I don't think David Benavidez move up to heavyweight because I don't think his frame is big enough. I think if he goes to heavyweight, he gets beat up bad.
Yeah, I think Opetaia is definitely going to heavyweight. I think
Opetaia can move up because he's a bigger guy.
Down the road for David Benavidez. And listen, we're going to hop on this a little bit more. I want to go in here because I want to bring some more people on if they would like to join the conversation. But I want to talk to you about something. But we're going to get straight to it. Let's get it.
Next caller. What up?
Yeah. All right. The link should be pinned up at the top of the chat if you would like to join the conversation and jump on the panel. And I want to get everybody's input on this. And listen, I understand what you're saying, Shelton. If Benavidez got the belt, so Zerto's got the belt, whoever got the belt, they got to see Opetaia at cruiserweight, and then you can say, hey, no matter what belts are on the line, this is for undisputed. This is for the lineal title. I got that. That's correct. Cool. I'm looking a little further down the road. Let's just say Benavidez fights and beats Opetaia, he's signed to Zuffa. He's a Zuffa fighter. He takes the Zuffa belt. David Benavidez is not a Zuffa fighter. He's PBC. He's Al Heyman. He has no obligations to Zuffa, none of that shit. And moving forward, he's not going to fight any more Zuffa fighters, right? Just
Right.
hypothetically
I agree.
speaking.
I agree.
That next fight, depending on who he fight or whoever he wants to fight, how can the Zuffa title be up for grabs? Because it's like the Zuffa title could leave Zuffa and never come back and earn them any kind of revenue from it, right?
I don't
Or
think
is
it's
there
no
going to be
league,
like
though.
a
That's the whole
sanctioning
thing.
body? That's what I'm saying. But listen, are they going to be like a sanctioning body, and now the Zuffa belt has sanctioning fees? Come on, man.
No, it's not going to
Let's
work
make it
like
make
that.
sense.
This is what I
That's
think.
crazy.
This is what I think. I think the Zuffa belt is going to stay with Zuffa no matter what. If you win, but you don't get this belt.
Then why
You
fight?
get
Why
that
y'all
ring belt,
fighting?
but you don't get this belt. This belt
Yeah,
is for Zuffa, the Zuffa champion. Now, if you beat our champion, you get the ring belt.
But see, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. In the last breath, you said whoever win get the belts.
Yeah, but that don't make no
what you
sense.
just
I
said
had to think
about
about that.
2
That
minutes
makes no
ago?
sense. That makes no sense, though. That makes no sense at all.
Yeah,
Because it's not
that's
a
what I'm
sanctioned belt.
saying.
It's not a sanctioned belt. It's a Zuffa belt. So that
Yeah.
belt stays
It's a-
with the creator and the company is for. You can't take that belt
Yeah.
on the road. Ain't nobody fighting you for no Zuffa belt, man. You can't do, you can't do that.
So it's best that if you're not a Zuffa fighter, you're not eligible for the Zuffa belt, the Zuffa
That's
title.
what I would say. That's what I think it should be.
Right.
That's the way it should be. If you're not signed to this
So
company,
which
you
kind
can't
of
win this belt.
kind of bring the sanctioning bodies right back into play, where it would have to be for some type of undisputed and worth trying to make this fight for some type of legacy.
If you listen to Dana White, he always said that they wasn't trying to eliminate the sanctioning bodies. They was trying to work with them. What it seems like is that the sanctioning bodies don't want to work with them.
But how is you ever going to work with the sanctioning bodies when you have a Zuffa belt that nobody's going to recognize and you not recognizing? You know what I mean? How Zuffa get to keep the sanctioning body belts, but can't nobody keep the Zuffa belt?
No. If Opetaia beats Benavidez, but he's signed to Zuffa, you can't take those other belts. You got to leave those belts there. You can't take those belts.
But how?
You're not competing in that realm anymore. You're competing in the Zuffa, in the league. You in the league. The league and the sanctioning bodies are separate, as I know of for now. Am I right?
Hold on. Let me answer that question. Let me bring my guy up. Big Mason is in the building. What up? Big Mason, welcome back to the show. My brother, definitely want to hear your exact thoughts on this situation. And real quick to finish that thought, again, it's almost like Zuffa taking on a role of just another kind of promotional company and sanctioning body when it comes to the belt. Otherwise, because like right now, it was the IBF that script Opetaia. Zuffa was cool with him holding the IBF belt, right?
After he paid the fees, no less. After he paid the fees.
But how cool is Zuffa going to be with somebody from a different promotional company holding the Zuffa belt and they have nothing to do with it, right? And they don't have sanctioning fees. So that's the dilemma for me. My guy, Big Mason, again, appreciate you coming back through. Big dog, your thoughts, man, when you hear this shit I know it sounds a little confusing, but can you give us some clarity?
I can't, how's my audio, first of all? Bad?
Good, my brother, sound good.
Okay, for sure. Salute, man, salute to the chat. It's like you say, bro, it's a huge conflict of interest with this whole, Zuffa being their own little island, not working with the sanctioning bodies. But I think with Turkey involved, the fights, the big fights that matter, I think Turkey can grease everybody's pockets to make it all come together. Like you say, with the Opetaia Benavidez, let's just, hypothetically speaking, let's just say, what my man Shelton just said, Benavidez go clean up all them titles. Now, if the IBF allow Opetaia to keep the strap, he got to go see that man. He got to cross over. And if they won't I think they're gonna have to fall in line because if they want the Zuffa title to mean something and basically put us in the 5-belt era instead of the 4,
Yeah.
they're gonna have to fall in line and everybody gonna have to do business somehow, some way. Otherwise,
Yeah.
the Zuffa title is just his own little
Yeah.
trinket, so to speak.
And,
But
and
if
let
they want to be a
me
part of the big game in town, they gonna have to fall in. Dana gonna have to fall in line.
well, and then that just adds another belt, and it kind of contradicts everything Zuffa supposedly and what Dana says he's trying to do. And the dilemma that I'm having, Big Mason, so I can explain to you so you can get a better understanding.
Yep.
If let's just say Opetaia and David Benavidez is made,
Yep.
and Benavidez wins.
Right.
Now, you're the Zuffa champion, but you're not signed to Zuffa.
Right.
And your next fight is versus a Matchroom fighter. Let's just say that's the next fight for David Benavidez versus some Matchroom nigga. Now you got PBC and Matchroom, and let's just say it's a card where they're not looking for a handout from Turkey Al-Asik. It's just a pure collaboration with Matchroom and Eddie Hearn and Al Heyman putting on a show. And the Zuffa belt is in the mix.
Right.
Then,
So how does that work?
How does that work?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The only rebuttal I can have to that is Dana really trying to come through and sew the whole shit up. But I don't.
Yeah.
I think boxing is just way too sporadic for him to do this hostile takeover that he's thinking that he can do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the big
Absolutely.
name guys. The big name guys ain't gonna want to just fall in line and fight your next up and coming nigga. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. They want big
And
fights.
another thing with the Zuffa shit, I think Zuffa, how is Zuffa gonna build a fighter and they matching the nigga tough every time out? I think they gonna really burn their guys out matching them that tough back to back to back like that. What you think?
Real quick, DJ in the chat. He said, I can see a world where Turkey make the Benavidez versus Opetaia on a ring card for the ring belt only. That makes a lot of sense, DJ. You always come in with a ton of logic. Shout out my guy Hectic Boxing in the chat. He said, shout out your man. I just subscribed and I'm enjoying this live. I appreciate you, Hectic. Thank you, my brother. Hectic, if you don't know, you can jump in line for a free fight out in Vegas. You're going to have to provide your own transportation and room and board, but we will get you there if you are a Bag Hitter member for sure. Now, to answer that question, you say Turkey. What was your question again? My bad.
Oh, no. To piggyback off what DJ said in the chat, are you saying if the bag big enough and the fight big enough, I think Turkey are reaching this little war chest and going and sort that out.
Make it happen. I think so too. And for it to be for the ring only, listen, that's the lineal joint that represents the man. You are the man when you have the lineal belt, and I don't think it would be shy of any eyes because of a missing sanctioning bodies, right? I still think it's going to garner the type of audience that it's supposed to garner. But like I like what Paulie Malignaggi said, and some others, even Andre Ward said it, and even though he had issues with the WBC and the sanctioning body and some of the things that they doing, and you hear other fighters say it as well. You kind of over the years become family. Once you're a champion, you kind of become family with some of these sanctioning bodies, right? And you have to give them credit for helping add to the status of a fighter. So I think it's just going to be extremely difficult to shake loose from those sanctioning bodies. And it could deter people from wanting to do business with Zuffa. I mean, money make the world go round, and I think that's what you were saying, having the bag. Of course, Turkey got the bag. He's got the bag to make it all make sense. But are you going to have the bag every single time?
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? That's a ton of fights to be made. And if that Zuffa belt loses its way from home, it's gonna cost a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? To keep making these fights under a Zuffa banner. It's gonna take, bro. They giving Conor Ben $15 million. In what world does Conor Ben deserve $15 million? Yeah, unaccomplished, never done nothing, never. Yeah.
And
I think crazy.
I think they might have fucked themselves doing that because the next big name.
Wait a minute. How is that crazy? How is that crazy when the man just made $13 million over there in England fighting Chris Eubanks Jr.?
Well, that's what the fight generated. The fight generated.
No, that's what he made. Revenue. No, that's what he made. He made $9 million for the first fight, and he made $13 million for the second fight.
Yeah, but it was a big fight, and it made
in England, and that's what they're looking at. So, if I can't get more than I can get here in England, why would I come over there?
You want, but you
have to make it incentivized for him to even come to.
I don't think he was gonna make that next. You got to understand that was a nepo matchup. That was a legacy. There was a ton of legacy in that fight, and it was intriguing. It had a storyline. You know what I'm saying? It was people's feelings deeply rooted into that story.
Now, wait a minute, though. Let me run this by you, because what I hear from the Haney addicts, right? You got a bunch of Haney addicts out here. They say that Devin Haney has a 3-fight, $36 million deal with Turkey. That's what they say, right? I don't believe it, but that's what they say.
I heard the same thing.
Yeah.
So if that's true, you don't think Conor Ben versus Devin Haney in Wembley Stadium for the belts don't generate $15 to $20 million for each guy?
Well, yeah, I think it does. Making my point. Now that's a good dance partner. Listen, first of all, that's Devin Haney, right? That's a huge fight. I'm saying $15 million for a Zuffa fight versus Regis Prograis. You know what I'm saying?
No. But see, that's the whole thing. But that's the whole thing. See, and this is what this is the problem I have with some people. But this is the problem I have with some people. Not you, but this is the problem I have with some people, right? When PBC was running around here overpaying these dudes to fight bums, nobody had a problem with
it. Listen, I ain't never.
PBC did that for years, overpaying these dudes to fight bums.
Facts.
In all their house.
I ain't got a problem with the fighters making money. I never got a problem with what they getting paid. I was just highlighting the fact that I don't think it's sustainable for Turki Al-Asik in Zuffa boxing. Is what I'm saying.
Well, it's not, because you got to remember also.
I just don't think it's
he knows that, because if you remember his interview, Turki told everybody. Remember his interview? He said, "I wish these people would stop saying I'm losing my money. It's not my money. I'm not losing anything. It's not my money.
Yeah,
that's the government.
I don't care about the money because it ain't mine."
Well, listen, if their business model is based on an unlimited amount of money, then Zuffa wins. It's about to be Zuffa, right?
But see, here's the problem with that. Here's the problem with that. That Strait of Hormuz is closed.
Say it again.
The Strait of Hormuz over there in the Middle East, where all the oil, 20% of the world's oil flows through that strait, Iran had closed it off.
Yeah, there's got a war going on over there.
It's a war going on. So right now, they saying that the people over there in the Middle East, all the OPEC oil producers, they have to stop producing oil because they ain't got no room to store the oil that they got because it's not leaving.
Boots on the ground, nigga.
So
goddamn ground.
This war is going. Turkey can say, Turkey was saying what he was saying because there wasn't a war going on. That's a war going on. This war might change everything.
Right.
Yeah, we gonna see. We already
see it out here in California. You know how much gas is out here now? You know how much gas is in California?
I don't know, but I heard the national average just went over $3, so I know it's high as hell out in Cali.
Gas out here is $5.65 a gallon, brother.
Mm-hmm. And see, I'm in VA where
$5.65.
we typically right at the national average, so we at about $2.98 right now.
We wish.
Yeah.
So it's ugly out here. So this war thing, people don't pay attention to it. They just gloss over, but that affects everything. Like you're talking about, it's going to be a fight in Saudi Arabia. I don't know about that. That Usyk and Rico Verhoeven. I don't know about that.
Right.
I don't know about that.
As far as I know, they
there for a minute.
Yeah. As far as I know, they on good terms with Saudi, but you never know, man. We're gonna have to see about that. But to I don't want to steer the ship too far away from what we said. Yeah. I do believe though, if Zuffa can sustain that, if Turkey can sustain paying these guys or overpaying these guys, and again, that's a part of just the basic business model of Zuffa, which according to everybody else, it was supposed to be the opposite, right? Because you look at the UFC pay scale, pay model, a lot of those guys dream about making the kind of money that boxers make. It wasn't supposed to be like that. You get minimums for a lot of the more unknown fighters. So the big money wasn't supposed to be a part of this whole Zuffa movement. But maybe it is. Maybe there's a shift.
Whoever said that, but see, that's the thing. But that's the thing, Heavy. Who said that?
They said,
because you had a whole lot of people who don't know what Zuffa's business model is saying that. We don't know what their business model is. We're about to find out. But we don't really know.
We got it from Dana. According to Dana, he basically was going to put the model of UFC and make it boxing. That was according to Dana. And when you say that, you think about you incompetent.
Well, here's something that kills that narrative. Here's something that kills that narrative off the bat. Here's something that kills that narrative right off the bat. Opetaia, with that ring belt and that IBF belt, the most he had ever made in his entire career was $900,000.
Yeah.
For beating on that dude for 12 rounds last night, you know how much he made?
How much?
He made $1.7 million.
Okay.
He made $1.7 million. That's the most money he's ever made. So all that, we gonna make you're not finna get top dudes to come over to Zuffa and take less money.
Right.
That's never gonna happen.
Right.
So all that what Dana White was saying months ago, you can take that and throw it out the window. It's never gonna happen.
Well, that's the point I was making.
Why would you go to this job? Why would you have a job over here and then you go to a job across the street to make less money? Who does that?
Well, yeah. But we've seen this from all of the promoters. They come in, the money's big, they overpaying guys, and then it eventually calms down, and they kind of solidify their spot in the sport of boxing, right?
Right.
BLK Prime tried to do it with Bud Crawford. They just didn't have deep pockets, and that return wasn't big enough. But Zuffa's got the financial backing. You know what I mean? So they can afford to pay Conor Ben, who, in my opinion, I think it's crazy to give him $15 million for Regis Prograde. But this to put that Zuffa
let's be honest,
and put him on Netflix, I get it.
Let's be honest. I thought it was crazy to give him $13 million for Chris Eubank Jr.
Right.
I didn't. I thought it was warranted because go ahead, Big Mason.
I think that Conor Ben situation was more of a Dana's way of fucking with Eddie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot all about that. I forgot all about that.
That was his way of showing that nigga nigga, I'm here now. So I think that's what that 15 million was about. But they say Turkey gave him the money. So it's like the money came from Turkey. But Dana and what's the manager name? What's that manager name? Same nigga for Conor Ben. Yeah, the same nigga that managed Richardson Hitchens. Steve Conley.
Yeah. I know you're talking about.
Conley, yeah.
Keith Conley. Yeah, he set that whole little shit up with Dana White in that kind of being situation. So,
it could have been a jab. Boy,
yeah,
it also could have
just
been
a
Eddie
big boy
telling
flex.
him. It also could have been Eddie Hearn telling him, "Listen, you made $13 million in that fight because that fight was meaningful. Please don't look for no $13 million in your next fight, nigga." And then Conor Ben was like, "All right, cool," and he got an offer from Turkey and them for 15. Like, all right, you see this? You know what I mean? Fuck whatever else you got for me. I see you
Let
down
me
the
ask
road
y'all, let
after
me
I
ask
go
both
pick
of
up
y'all
this
this, because
15 million.
this is what screw. This is what messed with me. Let me ask both of y'all this, because this messed with me.
What's that?
Do you believe that Eddie Hearn had no idea that Conor Ben was going to take that money?
I think when he initially heard of it, he probably was like, "Oh yeah, well Connor's probably gone." You know what I mean? Are you suggesting that he knew that was in the works, or
I'm saying
you think
this
he
is
was
what I'm
blindsided?
suggesting. This is what I'm suggesting, brother.
Okay.
A deal that big don't come together in 2 hours.
Right.
They brought the deal to Conor Ben. Conor Ben and Eddie was pretty close because, you know, they both say when Conor Ben was flat broke and living in his car, Eddie Hearn loaned him money. So Eddie Hearn took off the top of them 2 big purses he got fighting Chris Eubank. But that's neither here nor there. My point is this. I'm pretty sure Conor Ben went to Eddie like, "Hey, look, man, they offered me $15 million, man. And you know,
And
can you
like,
match
nigga,
it?
you definitely ain't gonna
Can you
get that
match
here,
it?"
so go on get that 15
No, I
million.
can't.
Cause
Yeah, but then he gonna come on the internet crying, talking about, "I thought loyalty." Man, come on, man. Because if the roles were reversed, Eddie Hearn would drop Conor Ben like a bad habit.
for sure. And listen, if you Conor Ben, you might not never get $15 million again in life.
Ever.
You gotta go get that 15 million for sure.
I ain't hating on them niggas
So
getting this
yeah,
money,
I can see
man.
it.
So if you gonna
Did
get
you
your
hear
money,
what he
man.
said, Mace? Did you hear what Conor Ben said, Big Mace?
What's that?
He said, "I made a decision for me and my family."
Of course.
Yeah.
I bet he
For
did.
sure. For sure. Shout out Pugilism in the chat. I see you, man. Hectic body dub. Appreciate you. Let me get to a couple of these. Pugilism. He says, Zuffa can be like your corporate 9 to 5 while freelance contract work is outside the Zuffa model. Whatever fits the fighter and how they choose. And I get that, but that still leaves the belt dilemma, right? If a PBC or a Matchroom or a Queensberry fighter comes along and takes that Zuffa belt, then what? It's just so many questions, man. Shout out DJ or E-Dub in the chat. He said, question for the panel from E-Dub. Who is your favorite boxer of all time? Go ahead. We'll answer that. Go ahead, Sheldon. Who's your favorite guy of all time?
I am the greatest.
I'm pretty. He too ugly to be champ.
My favorite, my
you?
favorite nigga of all time is James Toney.
Oh man,
Lights out,
man.
Lights out.
Lights out.
Lights
I
out
ain't
with
mad at that, man.
I mean, but think about it. Who you got, Heavy? Who's your favorite guy of all time, Heavy?
I had the pleasure of meeting my guy. He's right behind me, man. Young fellow out of my hometown by the name of Sweet Pea Purnell Whitaker.
Sweet Pea Whitaker.
And then Roy
Norfolk,
Jones,
Virginia.
number 2, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, but
absolutely.
I picked Ali because, you know, that's the architect. That's the blueprint.
Yeah.
You know, when I was coming up in the late 60s, early 70s, Muhammad Ali, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, they were the pictures of our black manhood. That's what we wanted to be.
Yeah.
One of those guys.
Same here, man. For Ali, I was so influenced by Ali, and it wasn't even my era. You got to think I came up late 80s, early 90s, And,
Right.
You know, I was still yelling, floating like a butterfly, sting like a bee, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And for me, Purnell had the footwork in that sting like a bee for me, and an incredible defense. I had never seen any kind of defense like that in my life. It was crazy. So yeah, absolutely.
What was it for you, Mace, about James Toney? What was it about JT that made you just make him be the guy?
Listen, man, that nigga had that dog in him, man. He had that dog. He had that fight down every time out, man. That nigga never showed no signs of being a hoe. And that's what I respected about him. Nigga, wins, losses, that shit don't matter. Cuz came to fight.
It don't matter.
Exactly.
That shit was entertaining.
And it's
what I liked about Sweet Pea,
mouthpiece.
What I liked about Sweet Pea the most was just like Ali, just like James Toney, he did it his way. James Toney did it his way.
Damn right he did.
Ali did it his way. I'll never forget he said, I ain't got to be the type of champion you want me to be. I'm free to be the champion that I want to be.
Damn right. That was real spill, man. For sure. Great question, E-Dub. I appreciate you. DJ in the chat, he said Eddie knew for sure. No different to Eddie being aware Zuffa made an offer to Bam. Yep, they did. And I think Eddie had to come back and match that offer from Zuffa for Bam. So they actually made Bam get a little bit more money. Pugilism in the chat say we had Sweet Pea Gold, and now we got USS SBD, Silver Bullet Davis. Damn right. Tidewater Silver Surfer, yes, Sirski, in his flow state versus all these streamers. And doing them bad, Pugilism. Doing them bad. I don't know if you seen that new Blueface shit, but that shit crazy. Check it out. Sweet Pea body shots in that pocket, the most underrated. Absolutely, man. That was my geyser. All right, fellas, man, I got to get ready to wrap it up, man. My dinner is calling me. I want to thank you guys for joining me for another episode of the Boxing Trap, man. Thank you, my brothers. Appreciate you for hanging out with me, man.
We got you, man. We got your back, bro.
For sure, man.
Absolutely. Any shout outs y'all want to give while I got you? Anybody want to shout out or anything you got going on?
Man,
oh no, man! I'm old, man. My young blood down there might have something going on, man. I'm an old dude, man. I'm just kicking back, listening to y'all talk, man.
No, man, I'm chilling tonight, man. Y'all be safe out there, man.
Yes, sir.
For sure. And real quick, Big Mason, while I got you, Big Mason will be joining the Heavy Bag TV family, man. So y'all get ready to see some content on the channel from my guy Mason, man. Thank you again, man, and welcome to the family, my brother.
For sure. I'm gonna have to check you out, yo, bro. I'm gonna check you out.
Salute. All right, everybody. I appreciate you.
All right, brother. Y'all.
Yes, sir. That brings me to the end of this one, man. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with me, man. If you haven't already, stab the like button, smack the subscribe button. Next time, get in the comment section and maybe come and hang out with me at the end of each show when given the opportunity. Thank you to the chat, man. Everybody in here that I haven't, I think Pugilism, I've seen you before, but it's been a while. Thanks, my brother. DJ, of course, my Aussie fam, Mark Wynn, you know the team, man. Punch Talk. Thank you guys for sure. Blaze, it's been a minute. Salute my brother. That's going to do it for me on this one, man. I am out of here.
Heavy Bag Boxing. It's the one and only Blair the Flair. Woo!
What's up, everyone? It's Nico Ali Walsh. I'm here with Heavy Boxing TV. That's the spot.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy Zach, Super Judas, out champion world. I'm giving a big shout out to my home team, Heavy Bag TV. You heard? Keep it live.
This is Showtime Sean Porter, and you are watching Heavy Bag Boxing. What's up, man? It's the amazing Keyshawn Davis. Shouts out Heavy Bag Boxing TV, man. Y'all lit out here. Keep doing y'all thing.
Teach your man how to squabble.